Hello guys, here's why you need to stop using JavaScript to write a complete project. Now let's quickly dive in. Let's run some stuff in our browser. You can actually write code in your console, your browser console or developer tools, even without you having data. So it's not an excuse, or there's no excuse for a newbie who is trying to find its way to become a web developer, even if you don't have data. So long you have system, you can do so much more than you expect. So let's quickly run this in our source. Let's come down here, snippets, new snippet. You can just do JavaScript issues. Okay. So now what we'll be doing, we'll be checking some of the errors that JavaScript actually have. And this error stems down to the way JavaScript runs on or do some check-ins. Basically, what I'll be doing first, let me first define what TypeScript is. So TypeScript is actually, in a simple term, is a static type checker. And what that means is it can actually check your code even without you running your development server and all. Basically, let's divide it into two. We have static checking. Checking simply means detecting errors in code even without running it. Is actually static checking. Why static type checking is determining what is an error and what is not an error based on the type or the value being operated on. So basically, when we have stuff like, okay, let's say we have stuff like this. Okay, we are trying to check if a string is actually equals to something, then we do something. You can just write true. So control enter. Okay, you are seeing okay, good. So we are saying true. So basically, if you run this in TypeScript will actually give you an error. It will give you an error because you cannot be checking a string with a number. It is not possible. If at all you have a value in here, let's say you have const, let's say num string, and then you call this a string. Now this num string is holding this value, right? Now you have to convert it to a number first before you actually check it against this, because this 0 is just a plain number. Then with this you shouldn't have any error. But in JavaScript, if you are using just plain JavaScript to do this, JavaScript will not actually prompt you or give an error. It will just write, it will return what you defined here. That is, this code will be executed if a string, empty string, is equals to 0, then it will return true, which is very bad. But in TypeScript will actually throw an error, and it will prevent runtime issues and all. So TypeScript, now you can actually see TypeScript TS coexist with its operand. So this is an operand and this is also an operand. So basically it coexist with its operand. leading to an unexpected error. But with TypeScript, you can avoid this type of error. So another issue that TypeScript actually have is that, let's say for example now, you are trying to check if 1 is less than 10 and it's also less than, let's say, 4. Then let's say we console.log, let's say true, right? Control enter. And you see we also having true here. Let's clear this. Let's comment this and run this code. So we are having true here. But why? 1 is less than 10. Agreed, yes. But this now is not less than 4. So why are we having true? So TypeScript is actually throw an error in this case for us, and which makes TypeScript, which is a superset of the JavaScript, although in most cases you are still writing JavaScript code in TypeScript, just that you will need to do some type annotation if you are using TypeScript. And if there's any error, let's say you mistakenly, where you're supposed to use string, you are using number, TypeScript will actually throw an error instantly. So you can actually catch the error in development before it gets to runtime, or before you push your code to production. So TypeScript is actually good when it comes to all of this. Another issue that JavaScript has is, okay, now let's run this to see that, okay, this should give us an error. Okay, or we can actually do something like s we console log let's consider something like good. Okay, if 1 is less than 10, we console log true, s we console log good. And is 1 less than 10? Yes, but we are still getting error in this case. Okay, but that's not our concern for now. The issue is just to detect issue that JS actually have. So let's console log this and proceed with some of the. So another issue that JS actually have is that we can actually access property in JavaScript. Like, you can access a property that does not exist in JavaScript. Let's say for example, you have an object. Then you do this width. Let's say the width is let's say the width is 6, and the height is let's say 10. Okay, let's say 10. Now let's get the area equals objects dot width plus objects dot height. You know, our height should be like this, right? But then we are going to try to manipulate it by doing IE. Okay, so now let's console log our area, console.log area, and see what we have. Okay, imagine we are having not a number, but why? So it means he's able to read this, it reads meaning to this, and this can actually give us a runtime error, which is very bad. But with TypeScript, this will throw an error. It will ask you that, oh, do you mean this height or you mean and that thing? So easily you can even fix the error, because if you are using VS Code, VS Code has some TypeScript extension that will actually help you to quickly fix error, but at times it's not always available. So basically, if you are doing object dots a wrong height, it will actually output not a number. Although you can still get around with this if you are using plain JavaScript. So instead of adding TypeScript and all, by doing a check, you can actually check before you console log this area. You can actually check if it is not a number and blah blah blah. If it's not a number, then you just return if it's giving you not a number, you just return an error message. Otherwise, you proceed with the calculation. But I think I still prefer using TypeScript, so that you actually operate on the a valid type, or it will help you to type it. It will help you with type checking easily. So that's another issue with TypeScript. Accessing, you can just call this accessing um let's say properties that are not present. So that's another issue that JavaScript actually have. And another issue that JavaScript actually have is, let's say you are trying to log or let's do something like, let's say num equals 8, right? Then you are trying to do something like console.log the number divided by let's say an array, a square bracket. Now let's see what we have. Infinity or thereabouts. Reference to console.log. Okay, this should be. Now look at this. Now initially I think it was not prompting this error, so before you even complete it, TypeScript will tell you that no, this is not allowed. So let's do to tell you it is not a function or blah blah blah. No, so let's run it. So we are getting infinity. So it shows this run. Just that JavaScript does not really understand uh, what is going on. Like 8 is dividing. We are using a square bracket to divide 8. So this could actually get executed, because that's why it's giving us this. So this is another way, or this is another issue with TypeScript. On the norms, if you are using this is another issue with JavaScript rather. On the norms, if you are using TypeScript for something like this, of course it will prompt to an error that how can you use a square bracket, which is an array, to divide a number, which is it is wrong. It is very wrong. So that's another issue with JavaScript. Now, let me quickly show you an example of a live project that I did with TypeScript. Okay, I did with TypeScript, and then I did some type annotation and all. I want to show you that this thing will actually yeah, this is a live project. Now this is actually a password reset token that actually sends a mail to the user for a reset password token and all. So basically I named this string, like, right, let's hashed token to be a string. Now for example, let's say I change this to a number, you will see the error instantly. So even without you leaving there or running the what is it called, the development server and all, you should get an error telling us that no, this is wrong. Let's see, hash token. you should actually get an error telling us okay, for some reason it's not giving us the error. However, um, TypeScript will actually throw an error. Okay, good. Now I think the before my this thing gets run is okay. My TypeScript was not running. I guess if not, it will throw an error instantly. If I've been working on this, let's say I've been working on it and then I mistakenly just add a number to it, I will get an error instantly. It's telling me now that type string. So this token is actually expecting a string because of what it actually returned. So type string is not assignable to type number. So it's telling me that how can I put a string? How can I put a string or a number where I'm supposed to put a string, which is very wrong. So it's telling me that, oh, line 204. So if I go to line 204, I will see the code that is expecting a string and then column 7. So TypeScript is actually interesting. Like now, if I change to string now, the error will be gone. The error will be gone. I don't know why my this thing is not running very fast. Okay, I think I'm not. Okay, even if I'm not connected to internet, I should be. It should be super fast, I guess. So, but once you fix that error, this error will leave here. It will leave our console. It will leave our console. So basically, TypeScript is the way forward in 2024. Or if you are if you are an intermediate or a pro, I think you have to start using TypeScript. And I hope with this video, you start using TypeScript for your project. Thank you.